The Confederation's messages concentrate a great deal upon the concept of seeking and of desire, feeling that the will of each entity is absolutely central to each entity's quest for evolution. In fact, they say, free will is at the foundation of the universe. Each entity is conceived not only as being part of the one unity, but also as being a totally unique part of that unity. Each person's free will is quite paramount, and the Confederation's concern is always to avoid infringement upon the free will of any person. Their method of contacting man on earth takes its form from a deep concern for this free will. We do not wish to impose our understanding of truth upon your peoples, and this would be something that we would do if we contacted them directly. We could not help it, for our very utterance of truth would be accepted by many of your people as being valid. We do not wish to be thought of as the ultimate representatives of the Creator's truth. We wish to give this to your peoples in such a way so that they may accept or reject this at their own free will. This, as we understand it, it is necessary provision in the spiritual evolvement of all mankind, that he be, at some state of his evolution, in a position to accept or reject what is necessary for his evolution. In this way, and only in this way, can he know the truth of the Creator, that single truth that is the creation, the truth of the love of the creation. It must be realized from within. It cannot be impressed from without. We are attempting to stimulate those of your people who would be stimulated to seeking this truth that is within them. We have been required by our understanding of our Creator's principle to remain in hiding, for we cannot serve one individual and at the same time do a disservice to his neighbor by providing within his own mind that we exist. For many of those of planet Earth at this time do not desire to believe in or have proof of our existence. For this reason, we find it necessary to speak to those who seek through channels such as this one. We find it necessary to give to those who seek that which they seek in such a way that they, for themselves, may appraise its value and accept or reject, on their own terms, those thoughts that we bring, and understand the reality of the creation in which all of us exist. Once the desire to receive this message has been developed, the messages are indeed available, not just from our group, but from many so-called contactee or channeling groups around the world. Indeed, you will find little new in the cosmic system of philosophy. These concepts are basic, profound, and simple. The Confederation has a name for one of the great goals of this system of meditation and study: understanding. Many of your people are at this time seeking outside their illusion. To those who seek, we offer our understanding. We do not attempt to say that we have ultimate wisdom. We only suggest that which we have to offer may be of value, for we have found, in our own experience, as we have passed through the same experiences as those of earth, that there is a most beneficial direction in seeking to serve. We are acting through instruments such as those here tonight to get to those who seek an understanding. Our presence is meant to stimulate seeking. Through this process, we hope to contact as many of the people of your planet as would desire our contact. We hope in the very near future to be able to contact many more of the people of your planet, the people who would desire understanding. It is difficult to contact these people of your planet because of this, shall I say, mixture of types, but it is well worth our effort if we are able to contact but one. We will continue to act as we do now, speaking through instruments such as this one, until a sufficient number of the people of your planet have become aware of the truth. We are constantly striving to bring, through many channels of communication, the simple message to the people of Earth, the simple message that will leave them with a simple understanding of all that there is, and that is love. But understanding, that understanding which shows us the love of an infinite Creator, is again and again described as being possible far more easily through the process of meditation than by any other method. There are pieces of information that are of importance, and there are pieces of information that are not. Wisdom is a rather lonely matter, my friends. You must accept this truth as you acquire the burden of wisdom. That which you know, you are to be careful of, for what you know in the real creation has power, and that which you desire is all the direction which that power will be aimed at. But have faith, my friends, in what you know and what you are learning. Feed your faith and your understanding through meditation. The further that you go along this path, my friends, the more meaningful you will find this simple statement. Meditate. It begins as a simple process, and little by little, it becomes a way in which you live. Observe it as you progress along your spiritual path. It is frequently suggested in contact messages that the state of mind of the seeker has an opportunity of being continuously in a far more pleasant configuration than is the mind of one who is not actively engaged in pursuing a path of self-knowledge and seeking. However, there are other fruits of the path of meditation and seeking which are predictable and which engage the attention of those who channel these messages. It is to be remembered, my friends, that service to others is service to oneself. Notice that we did not say that service is like unto service to oneself. There is no similarity between others and ourselves. There is identity. There is completion and unity. Therefore, that which is felt of a negative nature towards a sheep of the flock is felt towards oneself and is felt towards the Creator. This enters the service which you attempt to give to yourself and to the Creator through service to another, and causes a blot or a stain upon the perfect service you would have performed. It must be remembered that each person is a completely free entity, whose independence must in no way be shaken, and yet whose identity remains one with you. There is only one thing of great importance for you to consider at this time. That is your personal preparation for service. You are to serve your fellow man, and therefore it is necessary that you prepare yourself for this service. This, of course, my friends, is done in meditation. We cannot overemphasize the importance of meditation. Through this technique, you will receive answers to all of your questions. It is difficult to realize this, but this is true. All of your questions can be reduced to an extremely simple concept. This you can become aware of in meditation. Once this has been done, you will be ready to serve, just as others have served and are now serving upon your planet. Follow their example, spend time in meditation. Qualify yourself to reach out to your fellow man and lead him from the darkness of confusion that he is experiencing back into the light that he desires. Reincarnation is very basic to the Confederation message. One of the most highly regarded fruits of the meditation and seeking process is the ability of the seeker to penetrate what Ra calls the forgetting process, which occurs at the time of our birth into this incarnation, so that we might become aware of the lessons which we have to learn during this incarnation. These lessons are always along the lines of how to love better, more fully, more deeply, with more kindness and understanding. However, each entity has unique lessons. At the time at which each of you incarnated, my friends, each of you was aware that certain lessons, hitherto unlearned, were to be the goals for achievement in this incarnation. If it seems to you that your entire incarnation within this illusion has been a series of difficulties of one particular type, then you are almost certainly aware, in some manner, of one of your lessons. As you can see, these lessons are not to be avoided, they are to be learned. Further, we must point out to you that when a confrontation in such a lesson has been achieved, that which separates you from understanding is most often your own thinking. Your conscious thinking processes are quite capable of being self-destructive, in the sense that they may aid you to avoid the lesson that you wish in reality to learn. Therefore, as you approach a lesson, we suggest that if it is possible to achieve a temporary abeyance of the conscious analytical processes, then you may return to the problem with a much clearer mentality, ready to learn what you came to this experience to learn, rather than only to avoid what you came to learn. We know how difficult it is to achieve the meditative state at all times, for we have been where you are, and we are aware of that particular type of illusion that you call physical. We urge you, therefore, to depend on meditation of a formal kind, than to attempt a semi-meditative state at all times. And by this we mean simply to achieve a state of attention so that your destructive impulses are not free to clog your mind completely and keep you from learning the lessons you came to learn. Undergirding all the lessons that we have to learn about love is the basic concept that all things are one. Meditate upon the complete unity of yourself and all that you see. Do this not once, and not simply in present circumstances, but at all times, and especially in difficult circumstances. For insofar as you love and feel at one with these things which are difficult for you, to that extent will those circumstances be alleviated. This is not due to any laws within our physical illusion, but is due to the law of love, for that body which is of spirit, which is interpenetrated with the physical body, is higher than your physical body, and those changes which you make by love upon your spiritual body will, of necessity, reflect themselves within the physical illusion. All is one, my friends. My voice is now the voice of this instrument. My thoughts are her thoughts. Please believe that the vibration we offer to you is not a vibration of personality, but is a vibration of the Creator. We are also channels. There is only one voice. Within this vibration, we are self-consciously aware that this voice is the voice of the Creator. It is simply a matter of lifting vibrations which are not so self-aware of the Creator. All things will eventually come into harmony in relation to your understanding. Even if the universe, for those around you, remains disharmonious and difficult, if your mind is stayed upon the unity of the Creator, your own universe will become harmonious, and this is not by your doing, but by the simple love of the Creator. There is a choice to be made very shortly, and it would be preferable if all the people of this planet understood the choice that is to be made. It will be difficult for many of the people of this planet to understand what the choice is, because it is a choice that they have not considered. They have been much too involved in their daily activities and their confusion and their desires of a very trivial nature to be concerned with an understanding of the choice that they are very shortly to make, whether they wish it or not, whether they understand it or not. Regardless of any influence, each and every one of the people who dwell upon planet Earth will shortly make a choice. There will be no middle area. There will be those who choose to follow the path of love and light, and those who choose otherwise. This choice will not be made by saying, I choose the path of love and light, or I do not choose it. The verbal choice will mean nothing. This choice will be measured by the individual's demonstration of his choice. This demonstration will be very easy for us, the Confederation of Planets, in his service to interpret. This choice is measured by what we term the vibratory rate of the individual. It is necessary, if an individual is to join those who make the choice of love and understanding, for his rate of vibration to be above a certain minimal level. There are many now that are close to this minimal level, but due to continuing conditions of erroneous thought that prevail upon your surface, they are either fluctuating around this point or even in some cases drifting away from the path of love and understanding. There are many whose vibratory rate at this time is sufficiently high for them to travel with no difficulty into the density of vibration that this planet is shortly to experience. At some time in the future, then, something that the Confederation has called the harvest will take place. This concept of the Judgment Day differs from the esoteric one in that the one who judges us is not a God apart from us, but the God within us. As a result of this harvest, some will go on to a new age of love and light, and will learn new lessons in a very positive and beautiful density, as the Confederation calls it. Others will have to repeat this particular grade of lesson and relearn the lesson of love. Here the Confederation entity, Hatan, speaks once again of the harvest and of the Confederation's purpose in speaking through contactee groups. There is going to be a harvest, as you might call it, a harvest of souls that will shortly occur upon your planet. We are attempting to extract the greatest possible harvest from this planet. This is our mission, for we are harvesters. In order to be most efficient, we are attempting to create first a state of seeking among the people of this planet who desire to seek. This would be those who are close to the acceptable level of vibration. Those above this level are, of course, not as great an interest to us, since they have, you might say, already made the grade. Those far below this level, unfortunately, cannot be helped by us at this time. We are attempting at this time to increase by a relatively small percentage the number who will be harvested into the path of love and understanding. Even a small percentage of those who dwell upon your planet is a vast number, and this is our mission, to act through groups such as this one in order to disseminate information in such a fashion that it may be accepted or rejected, that it may be in a state lacking what the people of your planet choose to call proof. We offer them no concrete proof, as they have a way of expressing it. We offer them truth. This is an important function of our mission, to offer truth without proof. In this way, the motivation will, in each and every case, come from within the individual. In this way, the individual vibratory rate will be increased. An offering of proof or an impression of this truth upon an individual in such a way that he would be forced to accept it would have no usual effect upon his vibratory rate. This, then, my friends, is the mystery of the way of approaching your peoples.